Hey everybody, how's it going? Extreme Trends here. A lot of us are self-conscious about certain areas of our bodies, especially when it comes to having distinctive features. Maybe you've got a bigger toe than the rest, or a nose that you don't like the look of, or maybe you've always admired the shape of your forehead. But did you know that our outward appearance says a lot about who we are as people too? From the tops of our fingers to the tip of our toes, our bodies can reveal some top secret info about our personalities. All you have to do is look for them. So today we're going to be taking a look at 10 secrets your body reveals about you. Number 10, writing hand. Most of us naturally decide which hand is our dominant hand when we're too young to even remember. Have you ever wondered if being right or left-handed gives you any advantages in being able to write neatly? Well, if you're a lefty, brace yourself, it's about to get ugly. It turns out that left-handed people are far more likely to have serious health problems, such as suffering from mental illness and even multiple sclerosis. If that wasn't tough enough, studies have also shown that lefties tend to earn much less and have much harder, less successful careers. The big issue here really is health though. After all, if you're not well enough to pursue any career at all, how much you're earning wouldn't really hardly be an issue. As well as mental illness and multiple sclerosis, scientists found a link between left-handedness and digestive disorders like IBS, sleeping disorders, and even learning disabilities. However, there is hope. While your chances are high of all those things, if you're a lefty, it's only a marginal difference. Number 9, nose shape. Snoz, snout, sniffer, nozzle, and even trunk are just a few of the nicknames for our noses, and there are just as many different shapes too. No two noses are exactly alike, and they come in an array of different forms. The shape of your nose is determined by the bones and upper and lower cartilage. According to Professor Abraham Tamya, PhD, noses fall into 3 basic types: Greek, which is downward and hooked, and also fleshy. If you have a big nose, your personality is likely to be more outgoing with a desire to lead. You may also have a large ego and the desire to be a lone wolf. You'll most likely hate being told what to do and would rather opt for being your own boss than having to answer to someone else. On the flip side, if you've got a smaller snozzle, you'll be more creative, imaginative, spontaneous, and fun, but with a little ferocious temper that can often land you in hot water. There's really no end as to what our trusty noses can tell about ourselves. Next time you reach for the horoscope, don't bother and just take a look in the mirror instead. Number 8, finger size. If you've ever had your palm read, you might be familiar with this one. While there is more superstition than science in palm reading, the height of a digit in comparison to one of your other fingers may tell you a lot more about your behavior than you think. For instance, if your index finger is shorter than your ring finger, you might have been exposed to more testosterone than usual in the womb. As well as this, you're likely to excel in endurance sports like distant running and enjoy math and logical puzzles. It can also say a lot about your mating preference too. Women with shorter index fingers tend to be more attracted to other women thanks to the testosterone levels. If your index is the same length as your ring finger, you're likely to be the opposite and have a habit to stay in long-term monogamous relationships. Looks like the shorties drew the short straw here, wouldn't you say? Number 7, body type. What a lot of people don't necessarily realize is that you can't help your body type. While it's up to you how you maintain it and if you have a healthy lifestyle, your actual body shape is determined by genetics. There are 3 main body types: triangle, apple, and pear. Triangular shapes are likely to have a hard-working adrenal gland, which makes them crave salty, high-energy food. With a high metabolism, this shape won't gain extra weight easily. Apple-shaped people have it a little tougher, where fat gathers around the waist. This can lead to heart disease, high blood pressure, and even diabetes. Finally, pear-shaped people tend to store their fat around the bottom and thighs. While it's a much longed-for shape, it's not without its risks either, and storing fat at that location can lead to osteoarthritis and even cysts. Number 6, face structure. We've covered noses, fingers, and even what hand you write with. So it's time we take a look at the structure of your face. Just like our body types, we all have different shaped faces too. The main types are diamond, oval, square, heart, rectangle, and triangle. A whole host of information can be gained from analyzing your face shape. For example, an oval face is likely to belong to a methodical overachiever. All in all, they're ambitious, charming, and very eager to make others comfortable. predictable. Those with square faces tend to be extremely energetic but very calm in high-pressured situations. Famous squared faces include Angelina Jolie, Demi Moore, and Sandra Bullock. So if you thought being square meant you're uncool, then think again, you could be on the A-list. Number 5. Chin. In conjunction to your face structure, your chin itself has a lot to do with your personality traits too. If you've got a square jawline, then you're likely to be assertive, headstrong, and brave, but you might not have many friends, as this can make you hard to get along with. On a positive note, you're likely to succeed in life as you love to get the job done. This bodes really well for your career. If you've got a smaller chin, then you're most probably a friendly, calm, and charming individual, but with a tendency to be overcautious. Knowing this brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, take it on the chin. Number 4. Eye color. Your eyes are one of the most important parts of your body. Not only do they help you see and navigate the world around you, but they also help you connect with other people. Eye contact is very important when building trust and relationships, and it turns out that eye color is important too. Scientists at a university in Sweden conducted a study to see if the color of our eyes is in any way linked to our behaviors. Well, it turns out they were right. Eye color is directly linked to the genes that form our frontal lobes, which is the part of the brains which control your emotions, memory, and much more. According to the study, if you have dark brown eyes, then you're the leader of the pack and a dab hand at sports. If you have crystal blue eyes, you're incredibly resilient on the inside and outside, overcoming hard situations with ease. Dark grey eyes buck the trend slightly as they indicate a split personality. Hazel eyes most likely mean that you're an outgoing individual, independent and confident. Those with light brown eyes are great friends, very caring and gentle souls. Last but not least, green-eyed people are often dominant, excitable and mysterious. What color eyes you have, and if any of these personality traits relate with you. Number 3. Feet shape. Just like our hands and how the shape of our fingers can tell hidden truth about our personalities, so can our feet. According to science, there are 4 main types of feet. First, there is the common foot, also known as the Roman foot. With this type of foot, all the toes are lined up neatly and descend evenly in height. If your pinkies line in this way, then this could mean that you're a very well-rounded and balanced individual. If you have a Greek foot, then you have one toe that is taller than the rest. In this case, you're creative and into sports. The next shape is a square foot. This one is pretty rare and is where all of your toes line up at the exact same height. Personality-wise, you're probably methodical and take a lot of time agonizing over decision making. Lastly, if you've got the stretch foot, you're private, temperamental, and often prone to mood swings. Don't forget, you can never judge until you've walked a mile in someone else's shoes. Number 2. Forehead. Some people's foreheads are more prominent than others. Look at actress Ava Green, best known for her role in the horror series Penny Dreadful. A stunning woman with an undoubtedly large forehead. But what does the size of your forehead mean exactly? If you've got a broad forehead, then this is a sign of intelligent and high skill. If yours is more on the narrow side, then you're likely to be very emotional. People with a straight forehead tend to be very strict and overly caring about others, often at a detriment to their own well-being. Curved foreheads are a sign of vibrant positivity and excitability. M-shaped foreheads are often linked to people with superb imaginations. People with mound-shaped foreheads are bubbly and outgoing, and last but not least, those with sharp foreheads are more often than not painfully stubborn and determined. If all of that information hasn't given you a headache, then let's move on to the final fact. Number 1. Height. We've all heard the term gentle giant and even short man syndrome, but how much of an impact does height have on our personalities? Well, according to studies of females, if you're 5'3" and below, you're bubbly, outgoing, and independent, always happy to be the center of attention. If you're a little shorter, between 4 foot and 5'6", then you might have a tendency to get a little bit down on yourself. Not being as petite as your short friends and not as tall as your basketball player ones, life in the middle middle can be tough, which leads you being a bit of a people pleaser. People who are a lot taller, 6 foot and up, are most likely to have an abundance of confidence and know how to own a room when they walk into it. What effect does height have on your health though? The good news is, if you're short, you may not be able to reach the top shelf, and you're less likely to be diagnosed with a serious health problem. In epidemiologist Jeffrey Cabot's study, he found that women who are 5'10" are 40% more likely to get the disease compared to women who are 5'2" and under. That's an undeniable silver lining. So that has been the top 10 secrets your bodies reveal about you. If you did enjoy the video or found it interesting, then why not go check out one of our other videos by clicking a video on screen now. Before you do that though, as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do not miss a single upload. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Hey everybody, how's it going? Extreme Trends here. A lot of us are self-conscious about certain areas of our bodies, especially when it comes to having distinctive features. Maybe you've got a bigger toe than the rest, or a nose that you don't like the look of, or maybe you've always admired the shape of your forehead. But did you know that our outward appearance says a lot about who we are as people too? From the tops of our fingers to the tip of our toes, our bodies can reveal some top secret info about our personalities. All you have to do is look for them. So today we're going to be taking a look at 10 secrets your body reveals about you. Number 10, writing hand. Most of us naturally decide which hand is our dominant hand when we're too young to even remember orders and even learning disabilities. However, there is hope. While your chances are high of all those things, if you're a lefty, it's only a marginal difference. Number 9, nose shape. Snoz, snout, sniffer, nozzle, and even trunk are just a few of the nicknames for our noses, and there are just as many different shapes too. No two noses. Have you ever wondered if being right or left-handed gives you any advantages in being able to write neatly? Well, if you're a lefty, brace yourself, it's about to get ugly. It turns out that left-handed people are far more likely to have serious health problems, such as suffering from mental illness and even multiple sclerosis. If that wasn't tough enough, studies have also shown that lefties tend to earn much less and have much harder, less successful careers. The big issue here really is health though. After all, if you're not well enough to pursue any career at all, how much you're earning wouldn't really hardly be an issue. As well as mental illness and multiple sclerosis, scientists found a link between left-handedness and digestive disorders like IBS, sleeping disorders,